And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Okay.
What's happening? I don't like this.
Is this a Blurred Lines podcast?
kind of hope so.
Are these ghosts?
Come on. It's like Sly and the Family Stone.
I was thinking more Stay in the Time.
I was thinking it sounds like a strike, and they have those songs they sing.
Yes, that's exactly
What do we
it
want?
is.
When do we want it?
Hell no,
It
we
will
won't
kill.
go.
Hell no, you won't go. Do you see Starbucks?
Oh my gosh.
Them out there doing their little picket because of they have.
Okay, so the funniest thing. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
That's right. Because they had to do what do you call it?
Uniform.
Uniform change, like whatever.
So they're striking because of the uniform change. But what is it? It's black shirt and like khaki pants or black pants. 90% of the people striking were wearing black shirts and khaki pants.
That's what I was
I'm like,
thinking.
you're walking
You're already
around with
doing
signs
that.
going, don't make us dress like we're dressed.
Right.
I'm like, what are y'all doing?
And also, the one I saw, there was a skinny girl who was leading it, and she was like, they're kind of following her with their signs, and she was way too fast of a walker. Like she was lapping people. I'm like, slow it down. Like, let it sink in why you're doing this, and you're wearing out your people, and you only have like 8 of them.
Did they not have a dress code before?
It was very loose.
Yeah, I
or
guess you
lax.
could kind of wear whatever colors you wanted.
I don't care what they wear. Can we just get rid of those big ear hole things?
Oh, the gauges?
Oh,
Big D has
gross.
always hated gauges.
Ugh. I was dating a guy who one morning he came in and he had apparently went to go get gauges the night before, and I was like, "Oh, you should have discussed this with me." And it's like D, they have to stretch them out so it wasn't super big yet, right? They were the
It
smaller
was
size.
like the starter gauges.
But I was like, "You can't go back from this." And I go, look, your body, your choice and all, but my choice is to end this because I'm not going near this.
Have you seen him since?
Nope.
So you don't know if they've gotten like
No,
big
actually,
hoops?
no. Mm-mm.
You can probably swing in that thing now.
Right? I'm doing loop-de-loops like I'm on the parallel bars.
So what is the end game for that? They don't want to have to wear the clothes that they're wearing on the picket line, or they just don't want to be
guess.
told what they can and can't wear. Look, bottom line is this: we don't have a dress code here, thank goodness.
Clearly.
But it's kind of nice. It really is. We don't have a dress code here. But if we did, if it was company policy, then I'm pretty sure everybody here would adhere to whatever it is. I mean, if it.
Yeah, I mean, I had buttons and zippers for a week until I saw a hole in one of these shirts, and I went, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
You did
man.
dress up in the beginning. I remember that. You were very
well,
corporate-y.
I mean, comparatively to here, yes. I was collared shirts.
I got called into HR twice for dress code violations 8 lifetimes ago in a different career.
What?
Yeah, first one was I had worn a shirt underneath a jacket, and I had taken off the jacket at my desk. And I was called to the printer, maybe 6 steps away, but outside of my cubicle. And so I didn't bother to put the jacket back on. Oh no, the vice president comes in. Yeah, your shirt was riding up, and we could see like the bottom of your back. Man, I was fixing a printer jam. Okay, and it's a Saturday.
If
Who
it was me,
cares?
they'd have seen butt crack.
Oh my gosh. And then I got called in because I was giving a presentation and I guess I lifted my arms and you could see my belly button. And I was kind of flattered because I said, well, here's the deal. I've lost about 30 pounds. My pants were too big, so my pants were lower than they should have been. So you know what? Give me that right up because, ma'am, I'm getting skinnier.
Yeah. Take that all day. So Starbucks last month announced the dress code requires baristas to wear a solid black top. Part of the company promised to provide 2 free black T-shirts.
Do they give you the T-shirt?
Yep.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah, but they don't buy the pants for them.
They argue
Do
the
they?
dress code distracts the company from addressing key issues impacting staff by What? I don't even. It's too stupid for me. I can't.
I mean, if they're one of their issues is the people who get on the app and order like 100 drinks for the office, I don't blame them, because you have people who will do that and then expect they can pick it up in 15 minutes, and then it throws the entire place into disarray. So, I don't argue with them on that point.
People do that, like will
Yeah.
they order that many drinks.
Yeah, if you go on like TikTok, Starbucks workers will post that stuff all the time, and inevitably whoever shows up is like, what do you mean it's not ready? We put in this order. They're like, it's 100 drinks plus everybody who's at the drive-thru, everybody who's in the store. And you've now just backed them up for however many hours. Because it's not just pouring a cup of coffee and you're out the door.
Well, why don't they just put a limit on it?
I think that might be some of the stuff that they're saying, you need to.
Okay, see, the only thing I saw addressed on the report I was reading was the dress code. That was the only thing that I saw in there. And I'm like, if you're really striking over a dress code, man, you got bigger fish out there.
Well, and their thing might be that you're talking about a dress code when we have bigger fish out there. Why aren't you addressing those kind of problems?
Baby steps.
Is bigger fish out there the right phrase though?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Bigger
Yeah,
fish
like
to
you're worried
fry.
about the little fish when you got big fish out there.
Yeah, but I feel like we need to fry it. I feel. I don't know.
You really don't want to eat a big fish. Usually the big fish, the bigger a fish is, the more they'll have
I mean,
parasites and,
Fun
things.
fact: the original Starbucks is right across from where the fish are at over there in Pikes Market in Seattle.
That's a cool store. I've been to it. Just want to let you guys know that. I went there. I got a cup, an original Starbucks mug. I got one. So I don't know if y'all do.
Did you toss any of the fish?
I did not tosh. No.
Tosh.
2.0. No. They did have what are the little? They're mushrooms, but they taste like garlic.
Shallots?
No.
Truffles.
They have a truffle store there.
Oh.
And they've got all these little vials, glass vials around the wall with oil in it and differing amounts and types of truffles. They're just little like specks almost. And you can taste them and try them and sample and all that stuff. It's pretty good. But
I would like that.
yeah,
I'm
truffles.
team truffle.
Are you? It makes me burp.
When you mix them up, it's a truffle shuffle.
Some truffle fries.
That's like truffle fries are my. If that's on a menu, I don't care what else you have. I am here. I will
What
buy
do
that.
truffles taste like? You said garlic?
It tastes like garlic to me.
But almost has like you know how duck kind of has that flavor in it? It's almost like an oily flavor.
Yeah, I would say it's a rich truffles. There's a richness to them.
It doesn't. Very little goes a long way.
Yes. Yeah.
Very little goes a long way. Here I am critiquing you and your
Bigger fish to fry.
We got into white people sayings earlier. Oh my gosh, so what
Dude,
some
I
of them,
Googled and I started looking at some of those.
You in what army?
better pack a lunch or something like that.
Newsflash, pal.
Anytime you throw pal, that is a white thing.
One of my favorites is just gonna scooch on by.
Scooch.
Someone's ready for a nap.
You
You want to look now.
I'm looking them all up.
I mean, it's been all morning we've been.
Oh,
it's
dude,
the
this
best.
ain't your first rodeo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and those people have never been to a rodeo.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Thin Ice Buster. That's a good one. Thin Ice.
This is spot on.
Crud. The word crud.
Crud.
Groovy. Yes. You can say that again.
Hello, stranger.
Well, that just happened.
Yeah, we could do that all day.
All day. This is the best. Yeah.
Oh dear.
This is gonna clear my sinuses after eating anything spicy.
What was the one, Garrett, you said when you show up at a restaurant and it's starting to thin out?
And the line starts getting crazy as you get there, and like, wow, we got here at the perfect
At a
time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really good one, man. It's the best.
Oh gosh,
What a week. Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff
it's
going
been
on.
a lot, dude. So there's I don't know, Carson. I don't know if I could tell the story.
I would not
I wouldn't.
tell.
I wouldn't.
No.
You would?
No.
Oh,
I
yeah,
said I
no.
wouldn't.
Yeah, I would not.
No.
No.
That's the worst thing. I hate that we just brought
Tease.
that up. But yeah,
Tease.
yeah.
There's
but-
some things that are better
Yeah,
left
yeah, yeah.
unsaid.
That involves somebody's mental health and things like that.
Yeah, I think there's more going on there. But yeah, Bubba had a bad date. And
Bad.
It got wacky.
Those who know, usually the first thing they do when I'm done with the story, they just sit there and look, and then they go, "Holy beep!"
My jaw was on the floor.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
That sounded like a white thing to say too.
My jaw is on
You
the floor.
can't be serious. Yeah. By the way, how's your grass going?
In the backyard.
Yeah.
It's just filling in.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just my yard is so okay. So
It's new. It's new though, right?
it's new. I mean, I had new construction. It's new. I moved into it 2
Did they
years ago.
Did they sod it?
No, they did not sod.
Just a
They,
grass
they
seed?
seeded. So I have like just a mixture of my grass and then the two neighbors on either side's grass, along with a bunch of weeds, because it was a field before it became my yard.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of the wild weed stuff pulling up. So half of my grass is weed, half of it is grass, and it's just, I don't know. It looks great when it's mowed.
There you
When
go.
it's mowed, it's
keep it-
very uniform.
Yeah. I got into my grass, enjoying like trying to figure it out. Really, not until a few years ago. I was always into like the landscaping, that kind of stuff, but the grass, I was going,
It's grass.
You get to a point, you get to an age, you're just like, I want to have good grass. I had my neighbor down the
Also,
street.
white people stuff.
Very. I went down to my neighbor and I was like, dude, he has grass. It's so great. And I go, what do you use? Like, are you using, and I started going through these different products and times you do it and a pre-emergent and a fertilizer. And he goes,
You tried walking me through that, and I don't
yeah,
get
he
it.
goes, I've got a service. All right.
Dude, I had guys who took care of all my landscaping and everything, and dude, I won the award in the neighborhood. I won the award for
That's
best
the-
landscaping.
Yeah,
I'm like,
man. Well, you paid for it. You
did.
bought that award.
I did.
My parents 2 houses ago had this beautiful backyard. They had this big porch that had a like kind of cover on it. It was overhang. So they had a TV out there. We've got the grill, the grass, the plants were amazing. They had the service. The guys showed up every week, and it was just it's not even mine. And the sense of pride I had in that yard, and it was a delight to sit out there. You just I wanted to spend all my time in that.
When I was waiting on my divorce to be finalized, because I didn't want to buy the house until it was all done, I was waiting. There was a house that I found that was over out by Green Hills, and the house was nice, but the landscaping was the most lush Japanese Mr. Miyagi's backyard perfection of a yard. I was like, I want this in my life.
You'd kill it.
Well, I wouldn't kill it. I would have hired somebody to take care
You'd
of it.
hired whoever they had hired.
Whoever they had going on, because obviously.
Take over the contract.
Yeah, I was like, this is the best yard I have ever seen. I mean, I spend almost, if it's not raining or something dumb, I'm outside. I'm always outside in my backyard. And I could totally have used this as an extra living space. This backyard is gorgeous. And if you look at the front of the house, you would never notice it because it's a maybe 1,500 square foot house. It's, not anything that's going to jump out at you while you drive past it. But man, once you walk into the backyard, like even to get to the backyard, it had this ivy thing. It was like a wall of ivy with a wooden door with like the perfect amount of wear on it. So it had that good patina. And then when you open it, because I did the whole little photo walkthrough thing, when you open it, it goes to this gorgeous courtyard with the brick oh man, it was so nice. And it was way cheaper than what I ended up with. But it sold.
Well, yeah, that's
While
the thing.
waiting, I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
lawyers, let's go.
Yeah, you just gotta, things out of your control, man.
I wasn't meant to live there. I'd have probably killed it all. You're right.
Well, that's a positive outlook.
It is hard. That's stuff hard to keep up with. man.
Yeah.
It's a full job.
I had the hardest time even with my fire pit, and that's something I want to do. Like I've been in my house 2 years now. I have not done anything to upgrade the backyard. Nothing. And I'm
Put
like,
a hot tub back there.
That's not any. Dude, I put a hot tub. It's on a slab. I mean, that's not an upgrade.
You have a shed.
I have a shed and I have a hot tub.
See?
And a
That's
fire
something.
pit. I got a solo stove from Garrett.
Oh yeah, have you used it?
Nope.
So
I've got my old burn pit fire thing that I've been using because I haven't figured out how I want to set things up back there. Like I want good lighting and all that kind of stuff, and I just haven't done any.
do you have landscape lighting at all?
No.
In the front at all?
No.
None? Okay.
No. I kind of want it, but
Do you have lights up on the corners and all?
yeah, the house is
And
very
cameras.
well lit.
That's good.
And then of course all the, signs.
All the signs?
Yeah, don't break in signs like,
Oh, we don't call 911 kind of signs?
We call 357.
beware of dog, beware of gun. It's in multiple languages. I mean, yeah, it's
I need some of those in my
Home protected by
Yeah, you do.
Smith and Wesson.
Garrett actually does. Yes.
Well, Garrett had, we talked about it where his car was broken into about a week and a half ago.
And I live like right next to the police precinct too. It's like
Well, at least you leave it unlocked because it
I don't want
happens.
them breaking my window.
Yeah.
That's smart.
And you don't have anything in there. So what they do is open the doors, go through it, and go, and then they just leave.
They left the doors wide open, my
And
console wide
It
open.
rained in
It
there.
rained.
It rained. It was wet. I was late to work.
Like that's the thing. It's no harder to just close the door.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're going to rob, be courteous.
mean, yeah, really.
Also, be stealthy about it because, fine, you opened the doors. Now, if you close it, maybe nobody would be the wiser and you could try
Go
that
back.
street again.
That's right.
I'm not trying to give criminals ideas
Right,
here,
but the
point
person's
is they're
probably
dumb.
not in their right mind anyway.
Didn't you find a guy when you went home? You and
We
your
did.
brother chasing him down.
This guy was like sneaking up on my brother's car,
Oh,
and Brian was watching him through the window and starts going through there. And Brian opens the window. He's like, "Get out of my car, man!" And this guy's, throwing curse words at him because he didn't care, obviously. And then I get home 2 minutes later, and Brian's like, "Hey, if you were here 2 minutes ago, you would have seen this guy breaking in my car." I'm like, "Was it the guy with the Joker shirt on? Yeah, let's go get him." And we drove down the street and kind of like gave him an earful, but you could tell he wasn't all the way there, and it was,
That's a good way to get shot.
yep.
yeah. So
Well,
But,
booby traps. That's all I'm
scared.
saying.
Give him a good little scare.
Dude, booby traps are very effective.
What kind of like in a car?
Yeah, I'm not saying anything because I don't want to.
Aren't they technically illegal?
What do you? I
Yeah.
don't
That's what I
understand.
thought.
What do you mean?
That's
booby
what I'm
trap?
saying. I don't want to say anything and then have people, somebody gets hurt and then they,
Well,
they
remember
go,
how
"I
my
learned
car, my old house kept getting hit by cars?
Yeah.
Right? And so at one point I said, well, what if I, behind my fence, because people would run into the fence, what if I put like big boulders behind the fence?
Yeah.
So that way, if they hit the fence, bam, they hit the, people are like, well, no, because it's concealed. You could be found liable if you.
But it's in your yard.
I know, but no, they were like, nope, that's a liability for you if they are drunk, high, out of control, but they hit something that's concealed that they were like, nope, that could become a nightmare for you legally.
I never understood how people ran into your house because it was three different occasions, right?
No, it was like 6.
Okay, 6 times.
3 like in the span of 2 months.
That's what it was. It was really fast. I remember it was like bam, bam, bam. But what's crazy about it is I get it if it's on, at the end of a road, like a street where
A
it tees
busy
into another one
street, yep.
or an intersection. You weren't on an intersection. You
No, I
weren't at
was
the
an intersection. I was a 4-way stop, but I was the second 4-way stop inside a subdivision. Like this is not, whatever. It's the amount of stress I don't have because of living there anymore. So much better.
I think I'm just going to leave a strongly worded note in my console. That way, if someone robs me,
Make sure you're not using huge words.
You guys want to play a game?
Of course.
Always.
Who can name a current movie in the theater right now?
Final
Sinners.
Destination, Bloodlines.
Okay, Sinners.
Moana 2.
Final Destination is one. Sinners is one.
Is
What'd you
Moana
say?
2 out? Moana's probably gone.
Minecraft.
She said Final Destination Bloodlines.
Minecraft is one.
It's not the Avengers, but it's the other Avengers.
Thunderbolts.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Thunderbolts. Yes,
Are we doing better than you thought we would?
Very.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
doing terribly.
Friendship, The Amateur,
Rare.
The Ruse.
Oh, the amateur's got the guy who played Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah.
Remy.
Yeah. King of Kings. That's a
That's the
Religious?
cartoon, right?
cartoon
Yeah.
and Christian thing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
these
the Belcourt is playing Batman Forever tonight, and I'm
Oh,
very
nice.
tempted to go.
What?
Yes.
Man.
That was my least favorite.
Oh,
That's
it's
the one.
it's my absolute favorite.
Is that the one with Clooney?
No, it's Val Kilmer and Nicole Kidman.
And okay, and also
Tommy Lee
Schwarzenegger.
No, Tommy Lee
Which
Jones.
one was the one with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, that was the fourth Batman.
Okay,
It's
that
Batman
was a
and
bad
Robin.
One. That was a
Yeah,
bad one.
no, this one is Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey, Two-Face and the Riddler.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that movie so much.
You ever been out there to the Belcourt? Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like a kind of old school.
I go
theater.
somewhat regularly, actually, because they were doing a showing of Dirty Work, the Norm Macdonald movie, and it's like one of my favorites. And I was like, I can see Dirty Work on the big screen, like such a dork. But I'm like, yeah.
So
I'll
what's
go.
a theater? It's like a neighborhood theater, right?
Yeah, that is because it's an older movie house. But there are different theaters in there, and it's just it's a just different vibe because you can go see current movies. They do have current stuff in there, but they have sometimes more artsy films, or they will do throwbacks. They did a big retrospective when David Lynch died. They did all his films, so I went to go see Dune, and they do It's a Wonderful Life every Christmas. I've gone to midnight showings of Halloween and Rocky Horror, that kind of fun stuff.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's just a neat thing to do.
Yeah, I like to watch videos of people doing that. I
And
don't
then-
want to go do it.
And then sometimes they would do outdoor screenings and they would shoot a movie onto the side of the building. I saw The Jerk one summer outside of the Belcourt.
Oh, that's cool. I
They
went
used to do a
um,
big Oscar viewing party that you could show up in really fancy dresses, and it was catered by really fancy places. So you're sitting there eating crab legs in your fancy ball gown watching the Oscars. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a good time.
Wow.
Bubba,
Yeah,
did
I went to the what's the Tacoma FD Super Troopers guys. They did
Quasi.
that.
Yeah.
They did Quasi for Quasimodo.
Heffernan, was that one of the guys?
Yeah, John Heffernan. Went and saw their movie there, and it was cool because they were all there and they did like a Q&A at the end. It was
Yeah,
fun. They
Dirk
did the
Bentley
podcast.
was part of, I think, a soundtrack of a movie, and it was him and Dennis Quaid that I got to go to a screening of that. I've been at something where Nicole Kidman came and talked.
Well,
yeah,
she
it's just a
talks
cool
at
thing.
every movie I go to.
That's true. That is true.
I love that Nicole Kidman thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like people talk through it. And I'm like, don't talk. Shh.
That's Chase Meridian. Respect.
Jeez, Meridian.
Batman Forever. That's her character.
Wow.
Bubba, did you catch the Liver King?
I haven't.
Oh, is that on
I
already?
haven't. So okay, yeah. So my son is about to move to LA, and he's going to be a dog walker for some really rich person. So I've been the last week where I would have already watched The Liver King. I've been helping try to get his car, all the stuff he has to get done before he moves and goes out on his own and all that. So I'm like a little like freaked out about it, man. But you got to let him go.
Good for him.
He's so excited.
I bet.
He is so excited. He thinks it's going to be the greatest opportunity of his life. I'm like, no, don't think of it as an opportunity. It's an adventure. I think opportunity is the wrong word.
Is he like a super dog person?
No.
Oh.
He's
But he gets to be in Los Angeles living in some rich person's house walking a dog.
He's gonna-
I frankly wanted to inquire more about this
Yeah,
position.
He's going to live in a mansion in Beverly Hills or Brentwood or something like that. And,
I'm
he's
going
going
to
to be
slip
by
you
the
my
Kardashians.
card if it does not work out with Frankie. I love you guys, but
Well, I know what he's getting paid, so.
yeah, but he's living for free in a house, in a
He's li-
mansion.
He is that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Big
Not
fan.
having to pay rent is basically like having a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I have something for you, Big D, and I can't get to it. Oh, here we go.
It will kill.
It's Doug.
Is who?
Doug from Forged in Fire.
It will kill.
I never watched it.
You never watched what?
No,
Has
just-
anybody else watched it?
I just hear about you talking about it.
Oh my god!
When it came out or
when
whenever
that
it was
show
out.
was, I don't even know if it's still on anymore because I don't have cable. But and I haven't had cable in a long time. But it would come on,
Who
and
has cable anymore?
I don't know. My parents.
I would say my parents. That's,
No, they
yeah.
have Dish.
Oh, I keep trying to get my parents to cut the cord.
Even my dad is on YouTube TV.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. When my parents moved, I said, you don't need to get cable. We have all the apps. We can get you an antenna. And my dad is still in that, well, you never know what I want to watch. And I go, I kind of know what you want to watch, Dad, and I promise you it's on the apps. And my mother wants QVC. They have an app for that.
Oh, it's all free.
Yes. You can get QVC on an antenna.
Oh yeah.
So
Get Pluto TV.
Right,
Pluto
I
is
know,
really.
I know.
Bubba is going to want to originally get me on that. Pluto is really good. It's got a lot of stuff.
My favorite channel on Pluto is the animal thing where they have the animal fails.
Oh,
That's the best. Like watching cats think that they can jump from one thing to the other, but it's slippery, so they can't get the grip and they just fall. I'm like, oh, more.
so cute. I have Roku, and I have on there, I get the Alfred Hitchcock Presents channel. So you see the old like 1950s and 60s Alfred Hitchcock TV show. It's one of my favorites. Twilight Zone channel, Bob Barker era Price is Right, Supermarket Sweep, and Dateline.
You're pretty much covered.
Literally have to watch nothing else ever again. It's fine.
So are you caught up on the trial being
Oh, my
televised?
gosh. That's
The
okay.
P. Diddy
The
thing?
no, the
the
Moscow
co-murder.
murders. The okay.
I don't
Oh,
know.
we have to
There's
like
so many things
we
going
have to
on.
unpack. So we were talking about earlier this week the episode of Dateline that aired last Friday, and there was stuff that was new to me. I think it was new, but the judge is now actually concerned about that episode of Dateline
Why?
because it sounds like there was stuff in there that maybe wasn't known. Like the I told you guys about the footage of him driving around, circling for an
Yeah.
hour the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Sounds like that kind of stuff wasn't in there. They also go into so much depth about his Amazon searches.
This isn't going to screw up the trial, is it?
They're worried about the jury pool because they've already moved the location. I believe it's Boise now. So they had to move that. They're concerned about the tainting of the jury pool, but they are talking about basically live streaming the entire trial.
Yeah, it's going to be televised.
Yeah, it's
Like,
because
you're gonna
we're
be-
all so wrapped up in it, and we want this.
Oh, well,
We
people
want
just
to
going to be
see
at
this.
their desk just watching. it.
Yes,
It's-
absolutely.
It starts at like, I don't know, 8 a.m. Pacific time.
And did you see too that his defense team has entered an alternative suspect name?
Oh, gosh.
Well, and the thing is, the judge has put basically a gag order on that. Like that's not allowed to be publicly disclosed until the trial. So it's
When is
yeah.
it? Doesn't it start Monday?
Oh, I don't even know. Is it? Is it that soon? Okay.
Maybe
yeah, you,
not.
I
No,
must
you could
say,
be right.
The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. That was fun.
Oh gosh. that
Like
was
this
it.
isn't going to be fun because you're talking about the murder and the death of
Yeah.
several people, and I just
No, I think why everybody's so invested is because everybody wants to see justice happen. That because what a horrific crime, these poor kids, and I think we're all so hungry for it. It's kind of like the trial of the two little girls that were killed walking across the bridge, and that everybody was just like, we want retribution, we want justice for this.
Have you been watching the Long Island one on Netflix?
Oh, I guess not.
Okay, so the trial didn't start till August
Okay.
August 11th.
Okay.
Yeah, the Long Island one is pretty crazy. I was texting Patrick, our bud, who runs the Long Island station there, and I was just like, man, I did not know all of this stuff was going on. He goes, oh, it's wild.
Was that the
man."
serial killer one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The guy who's like huge, but he's like 6'8" or some 6'6".
Yeah. Well, then right now there's some trial about the woman in Massachusetts who killed her husband, who was a police officer, or allegedly killed. And I'll be honest, I never even heard of it, but it's all over my television that I just have up for news.
whatever happened to Nancy Grace? Like this is like where she would be in her prime.
know.
She went away. Didn't she have a kid? She had she was pregnant.
But you know what I'm talking about? Like she was like the one who made us care about Jean Bonnet, and she was the one who
Oh
made us.
yeah, Casey Anthony.
yeah.
that was a massive
Yes.
one for her. The other one, the girl in Aruba, that was another big one that Nancy Grace was all over. And yeah, that
is
she
that the Amanda Knox?
not Amanda Knox. That was the girl in Italy who was wrongfully accused of killing her
yeah.
roommate. No, it was
You're really good at this.
I know the pretty blonde girl that was on the trip with her high school. Jordan Vandersloot killed her.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
the Vandersloot.
The Vandersloot name, yeah. But you know, she
Because I
and
was
her
confused
mom.
with Vanderpump and all that. and I
Yeah,
was like, wait,
her
is this the
mom
same?
really fought for years to keep the case going, and they basically, I mean, we know he did it, but Yeah, Nancy Grace was a really big one on that. And keeping those kind of cases, because in the news cycle, you're like, oh my God, that's awful for 24 hours. And then it goes on to something else.
The
and-
next awful thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like occasionally in my true crime subreddit, people will bring her up from time to time, but I feel like we haven't seen her.
I can't believe I never thought I would be in this place. I'm
Natalie
on
Holloway was her name.
Nancy Grace's Wikipedia.
Oh,
I'm actually, I'm here.
How did you end up there?
Well,
Your browser.
They say it's just a slow little one step to another step.
death by 1,000 paper cuts, D.
Yeah, just clicking away. Before I know it, I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm seeing the new Diddy allegations
Oh,
where somebody
God.
where somebody makes the Tootsie Roll.
I
Oh,
cannot.
This is
I just can't.
yeah. Diddy is way too much
I
for me.
got a feeling that I don't think he's going to lose. I think he's going to come out of this.
You do.
I do.
Well, he did
Interesting.
too, because didn't he say he's not guilty of anything? So
No, but like they've got the video of him chasing
But
her
I think-
down the hall and beating her. I know.
I don't know. I mean,
I
I just get a
know.
feeling that
Because rich people in America, it's a different America.
well,
when
and,
you have
and,
that much
and I'm
money.
starting to see all these people who are like, well, I mean, because they're releasing some of the text messages and stuff like that, and it's weird. People get it. You don't know what people do in their bedroom.
Yep.
And so it's not that kind of stuff isn't illegal. It's just gross,
Mm-hmm.
and gross isn't illegal. And so, other than the beating thing, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I've watched several, Nancy Grace types who are like, I don't know that they're going to win this.
Wow.
Now
But
they
now-
found a body on Taylor Swift's property,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What?
saw
I
that.
didn't see that.
Well, that's not on
What?
it. It's right next to it.
Yeah,
though, isn't
Rhode
it?
Island.
adjacent.
Adjacent. It's like they said you could throw a rock to it.
And how far is that? Because that distance varies by every single person in this room.
I mean, I can launch a rock, so
Yeah.
I was just doing
Is
white
it a
people.
rock that I could throw? So
Yeah.
can I underhand it? And
It was my white people saying.
Oh,
a stone's throw.
Yeah, stones throw.
stone's throw.
But yeah, they think they got the right guy, but he's saying that they're barking up the wrong tree.
Newsflash, pal.
anywho,
Hey, hold your horses now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yes,
Love it.
yes. Well, it's great to see everyone, and
It will kill.
yeah, yes, I've never seen it. I know kind of what you're talking about.
they make their knives and then
Yeah.
he tests them and like he determines, oh, this is a good knife because
It will kill.
Oh well.
Well, I like the premise of the show.
yeah, it's pretty great.
I'll have to check it. What's it called again?
Forged in Fire. Again, I don't know if it's around
History?
anymore. It was on the History Channel.
It will kill.
I couldn't tell you where I could get History Channel. I haven't seen History
It was
Channel.
on Philo. That's why I had Philo. The other, you have Hulu, you have this. Yeah, Philo is the one that I had because it had AMC and it had History Channel.
That's PH, right?
PHILO, like named after Philo Farnsworth, the inventor of the television. That's right.
It will kill.
I went full on Philo Farnsworth.
Yeah,
I
you
need to
did.
download the AMC app because I got an email from AMC telling me I had screeners available.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I think we interviewed somebody years ago that was on an AMC show, so they gave us access to watch it. And so occasionally I get these emails like, hey, you can watch the entire season of here's a show you've never heard of. And I just got one of those. And I said, well,
Wow.
it's
Time
free.
to go and
Let's
get
go.
in front of everybody else.
Well, that's right up your alley, too.
I know, but today's the 1 year anniversary of season 3 of Bridgerton dropping.
Oh,
so I have to go
congrats.
back and do a rewatch, which I mean,
Oh.
I watch it every day anyway.
It's going to be your whole weekend?
Yeah, I got to go to Billy Idol tomorrow night, but otherwise, yeah.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah, a friend of mine texted me and said, hey, I have a +1 to Billy Idol. You want to come?
Billy Idol is the only, really, like everybody always says, oh, who would you like to see in concert? I've seen basically
Same.
everybody I've ever wanted to see. I would love to go see Billy Idol
I've
one
never
time.
seen him. He's with Joan Jett. And I went on a date with Joan Jett's tour manager a couple months back. And I thought about
Wait,
texting
what?
him, and I
Wait,
thought
stop-
that
wait.
might be weird.
You went on a date with him?
Yeah, we met on one of the apps.
And he's Joan. It's who now?
Joan Jett.
And the Black Hearts?
Yeah. Like, I love rock and roll. I hate myself for loving you.
Put
That-
another dime in the jukebox?
Yes. Yeah.
Baby? Okay.
Yeah. He's her tour manager.
It will kill.
He's a nice guy?
Yeah. I wasn't romantically interested in him, but he
Does
we
that
had
mean he's
talked.
ugly?
Why would you ever ask that?
All right.
So, but I was like,
You
but
guys
hey,
just sit and jive. It wasn't clicking.
yeah, it wasn't clicking. So, but I said, you're a cool guy. We're in the same kind of music. We're you
What's
have a
his
bunch
name?
of.
I'll pull him up.
No, not right
I don't know,
now.
honestly,
Joking. I'm joking.
Oh, I'd literally have to go into my phone and start typing Joan Jett because he's listed as so and so Joan Jett store manager in my phone. But he,
I hope he doesn't hear or see this.
Why would you answer that question?
Oh,
You didn't
I
answer.
don't
I asked.
No,
You
I-
didn't.
Didn't answer it.
Who are you, Maddie or Tay?
Oh my God. Those girls.
oh boy,
We had a lot of fun when they were.
For those who
were
don't
a
know,
good time.
Maddie and Tay came in. We did a thing. We're like, as a joke, I was just like, well, who's the country artist that you both make fun of, on the down low?
And
They're
then they
just like,
started blah, blah,
they
blah,
just
blah,
started
blah, blah,
saying
blah.
it. I'm like, we're
I'm
gonna
over here
beep.
beeping. And
Like, stop. Like, we're
Dee
not.
even set it up to say like you don't have to say it.
He told them twice that they didn't have
Oh,
to say
so
it,
great.
and they still went all in.
What did
So
the
great.
record people said? The label people, or they just they were cool with it.
No, they were just like, hey, make sure it's bleeped. That was
yeah,
it.
that clip.
We got to wrap up because Kathy's here.
I do love it. Oh, Dee, your wife's here. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube or wherever you're watching, you don't get to see or hear the John Morgan interview, but if you're streaming this on whatever podcast app you have, that is coming up right after the closing jingle. Again, John Morgan interview. A little bonus for you this week.
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay because you can listen to the regular show
On the radio
every day.
Here's my favorite.
It was the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big finish.
The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
It will kill.